Hey, good afternoon, college coaches. This is Coach Anthony Williams, founder and CEO of Connected Athletics. We are a startup company based in Austin, Texas, where we're focused on using a technology platform to better connect student athletes with other student athletes during the recruiting process, with college coaches during the recruiting process, but most importantly, we're focused on helping student athletes successfully transition from high school to college and then into a career once their eligibility is over. We've got another great prospect on the podcast with us today. Robert Rigsby is a class of 21 offensive lineman from Judson High School. 6'4", 310, got great size, tremendous GPA of 4.0. He was a 1040 on the SAT, two-time first team all-district. He was named all-state, and he recently, in the last week, committed to UTSA. Robert, how you doing this afternoon?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Yeah, I'm doing really good. Looking forward to hearing more about your story. I've watched you play the last couple of years against Sabola Steel and that offensive line and the weapons you guys had there. I'm just really excited to hear more about your story kind of personally. Let's jump right in here. The first thing, coaches want to know about, even though you're off the market here, is your academics. Tell us about the importance you put on your academics.
My mom's an elementary school teacher, so academics have been pretty important to me growing up. Make sure that I have all my work done and I don't fail at all.
Okay. Do you have any favorite subjects that drive that great GPA?
My favorite subject would probably have to be history or any social studies.
Okay. And then are there any specific teachers or tutors or APs or coaches that have helped you at Judson High School maintain your high GPA? Take the time to shout them out a little bit.
I pretty much loved all my teachers, but Mrs. Tesh, she was my anatomy and physiology teacher. Mr. Matthews, he pushed me to focus more on studying and get ready for college courses.
Okay. Did you take any AP classes while you're at Judson?
I took AP Human Geography and AP World History.
Okay. What are you looking forward to? What's the one thing, I'm sure your mom, who's an educator, and others have advised you on the difference between high school academics and college academics? What are some of the things you feel like you got to hone in on as you make that transition?
Probably just my study habits and make sure that I don't procrastinate doing work.
Yeah, no, those are always important. I can tell you also, as a former student athlete and college coach, time management is the key to success at the college level. You're going to have a lot of time in your hands in between football and stuff, and so make sure you take care of the grades and don't get caught all up in all the other college life. And college should be fun, but you're there for a reason, and that is to get an education with zero debt, which is the perfect thing. Tell us a little bit about what are your thoughts? What do you want your life to look like once you graduate from UTSA? What do you want to do?
It's always been like a dream of mine since like a little kid, just like going back and coaching. Because I like helping people, so I just want to take what I learned and go out and help more people.
Okay. So probably give us a little insight, but I'll ask the question officially. What do you plan on majoring in when you get to UTSA?
Either kinesiology or psychology.
Awesome. Okay, good stuff. Give the fan base and the coaching staff, Coach Traylor and those guys at UTSA, give them an idea about your learning style. Would you consider yourself a verbal, visual, or hands-on learning style?
I'm a visual and hands-on. I like to see how it's done and try and do my best at it.
Okay. Is that the same in the classroom and on the field, or are they different in the different environments?
It's pretty much the same. Okay. I like to see how, and so that way I can do it the same way.
Good stuff. Okay. Hey, let's switch over to getting to know about you personally. I mean, obviously you spend a lot of time working out and playing games over these last 4 years, but tell us about your hobbies. Do you like to hunt? Do you like to fish? Get out in the water? What do you like to do in your spare time?
I like to usually it's all about just hanging out with friends. We like to go out to the park sometimes. Me and my friend Cameron Scott will go out and throw the football a lot. I'm more of an outdoors person.
Okay. And then tell us about your music taste. Who do you like? What kind of genres do you like? What are your favorite artists when you're working out or just when you're hanging out with your friends?
I kind of listen to everything.
Okay.
Even from 90s classic rock or even from today's music and just country from each generation. I pretty much just listen to everything.
Okay, I like it. Tell us a little bit about in your spare time, are you a game? Are you a video game guy? Are you a Madden or 2K guy or Call of Duty or any of those things or no?
Play it sometimes. I like to really like just watch other people play it because I'm not that great at all of them.
Right, right. And then obviously social media is a big part of the student athlete experience at the high school and college level. As fans start to engage with you, the UTSA fans, are you mostly a Twitter guy, Instagram? Are you on TikTok? Are you on Snapchat? What apps you use?
I mainly use Instagram and Snapchat, but I'll go on Twitter from every time to time.
Okay, good stuff. Have you already started doing, Robert? Have you already started to embrace the UTSA fans? Have they reached out to you since your commitment this week, or no?
Some of them have.
Yeah, I'm sure they're pretty excited to get somebody as big and athletic as you. I mean, what are the fans saying to you?
I mean, they're just excited that they get me and my friend Cameron both from Judson, and they're just really excited to see us play.
Let's talk a little bit about that. I had Cameron on the show not too long, maybe a couple weeks ago, and he hadn't committed yet. But I mean, knowing that I don't know how long have you known Cameron? Are you excited about playing with him in 4 years in high school and then moving on to playing with him in college?
I've known him ever since he moved down here, which has been 8th grade, and then ever since we've just been close friends and like always hanging out.
Okay.
And so even now at practice, we'll joke about it, be like, bro, we might end up sharing the same dorm together.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be probably something to look at. Now, I asked Cameron the same thing. I'll ask you. I mean, can you play both all the line positions? Can you play interior guard and tackle, or are you mostly just interior?
My coaches mostly have me at interior, but I pretty much learn everything at the high school.
Okay. Can you play center also?
That's what my main position is playing center.
Okay, I like it. Okay, good stuff. Tell us a little bit about, we're trying to come out of this COVID-19 environment, get you guys back on campus. What's your shoe game looking like? Are you a big shoe guy? Are you a Jordan guy, Adidas, what?
I mean, my feet are kind of too big to have a bunch of shoes like that. I pretty much like Nikes or just basic Crocs sometimes.
You bring up your foot size, and as a former college coach, we always kind of equate that with size. And if you've got another growth spurt in you, you're 6'4", 310. What's your shoe size right now?
My shoe size is 15 to 16, depending on what the shoe.
And then we're going to talk about your parents, but let's go ahead and bring them up now. I mean, where is this size coming from? Is your mom and dad, or from your grandparents, or what?
My dad's 6'6", my mom's 5'11".
Okay.
And even their parents before them are pretty tall too, so it just runs in my family.
Okay. Well, Robert, as you make the transition to college, what do you think your height and weight will be by the time you graduate at UTSA?
I'm hoping I grow another inch or two just to pass my dad, but then I'm that I stay around 305 to about 315, maybe 320.
Okay. And then tell us, a little bit about your aspirations after college. I mean, do you have goals of maybe playing this game professionally, or do you want to go right into your career in coaching and kinesiology?
I mean, I've always had a goal of just going to play in the NFL just because, it's every little kid's dream. And so I would just love if I got the chance, in which I'm getting the chance to at least try at it at least.
Yeah, but no, I definitely shoot for that. I definitely, and this obviously, main thing, get your degree, and then if it works out, great. But if not, one thing you talk about is transitioning. You got to make that successful transition. So with your size and ability and athletic ability that I've seen you play with, you'll definitely have a chance as you continue to develop. Tell us a little bit about, what some of your these favorite questions. What's your favorite food?
A lot of people ask me that, and I've always said I'm too big to have one.
Are you a wings guy? Are you pizza? Are you a Whataburger guy? Sonic? I mean, give us an idea.
I mean, fast food wise, I'm probably more of a burger guy.
Okay.
And then I work at Pizza Hut, so pizza's kind of going down the list.
Yeah, I can only imagine if you work at Pizza Hut and see all that every day. Hey, tell us also, what is your favorite football movie?
Football movie? It would probably have to be Greater, the story of Brandon Bullsworth.
Yep. It's a good movie. Yeah. You're the first one to say that. Everybody, all the other 150 athletes I've interviewed, it's either been Blindside or Remember the Titans. You're the first one to get outside of those two. So kudos to you on that. Do you have a favorite actor or actress or author or I know we've been stuck with the pandemic watching a lot of Netflix. Is there any one of your favorite shows you've been watching?
I mean, I I haven't really caught up to a bunch of Netflix shows like that, but I've always been big. My family especially has been big in the NCIS and CSI shows,
Okay.
so that get me intrigued.
Okay. Good stuff. And then I call this my dream scenario question, Robert. Let's say you have great 4 years at UTSA and you find yourself in New York City at the NFL draft. Who is sitting with you at your table waiting for the commissioner to call your name?
For sure, my family, my dad, my mom, my brother, and my sister, and then probably both set of grandparents, and then probably my friend Cameron Scott, just because he'll help me get there.
Absolutely. Good stuff. Hey, let's talk about you. Bring up your family. Tell us a little bit about your mom and dad, what they do for a living. Are you the youngest? Are you the oldest? Where do you sit in the siblings?
I'm the youngest of three. My brother and sister both graduated from Judson, and then my mom, like I said, she's been teaching in the Judson district for about 10 years now. And then my dad's a retired veteran. He was in the Army for about 3 years.
We have a lot in common. I'm also an Army brat. My dad, 32 years in the Army. So if your dad is around, tell him I said thank you for his service and we appreciate his sacrifice to our country. But I was born on an Army base in Frankfurt, Germany, and moved every 2 years and then finished up in California. So I know what that life is like. Much respect to you guys and your dad for that. Tell us a little bit about what you do to give back in your community, Robert. Are you involved in your church? Are you involved in nonprofits? What do you got? What do you do?
Very involved in community service. I'm actually I was president of our FCA program last year, which is the Fellowship of Christian Athletes.
Yep.
I'm on the student council. I'm a student council officer. I'm in the running for student council president this year. And so I just always love giving back, especially either to the community or even little kids.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love hearing that. Big fan and member of FCA also, and love the work that they do. Which begs the next question. You're already showing it, but obviously college coaches love players with leadership. Tell us how you define leadership and how you plan on leading going into your senior year.
I mean, I define leadership as pretty much just always doing the right thing, just showing others how to do the right thing as well. Because I can always just focus on me, but if I get other people to do it, then I know I'm a leader.
Okay. Robert, tell us, we were talking about you committing earlier at UTSA. What would Robert today tell Robert when he was a freshman about the whole process of recruiting and your 4 years in the Judson football program? What one piece of advice would you give yourself as a freshman?
Keep working my butt off and just always keep my head held high and just keep working it off and trying to beat the next person next to me.
Yeah. Tell us how involved were you in the recruiting cycle? Did you do a lot of camps? Did you do a lot of the Nike events and Under Armour? Tell us about how you got to your commitment and your offers the last year or so.
I did a few camps out of my sophomore year. I did some last summer, and then besides that, with this year, with the whole shutdown, I didn't really have time to do some. But I actually went to a UTSA camp last summer, and so.
And then talk about what you did to get coaches to notice you. That's one of the things you hear from a lot of underclassmen, like, hey, how do I get, my huddle video out there? How do I get coaches to recognize me? What did you do to lead up to your offer and commitment?
I would find any coach I could on Twitter I was able to DM them. I just DM'd them my name and like my height and weight and like my grades. I would email coaches. I would look up their email and find that. I would make sure I post the right stuff on social media so that way I also get noticed with what I say and what I do. And I would just work hard.
Yeah, no, it's pretty simple. Robert, I respect the fact, I'll be honest here, there's a lot of kids that do not have a 4.0 GPA like you, but want to get offers. And I tell these kids, you've got to put the same energy into your classroom as you do in your workouts. Talk about the drive that you had to perform at a high level on the field and at a high level in the classroom. What advice would you give these underclassmen?
Just always don't settle for anything less than what you want. I've always been the type of person, I don't really like it whenever I get beat by somebody or whenever I don't get the grade I want. Like even I think 80s, I don't really like getting 80s in class. So I always just strive for the best at what I can do.
I like it. That's great advice. Tell us lastly here in the recruiting standpoint, I mean, what did it feel like? So you worked hard, you go through the life cycle. You work hard, you want to get on varsity, and then you want to start, you want to be all district and all state, and you want to get offers and you want to get commitment. You've gone through all that. Tell these players, these other players out there, what does it feel like to finally cross that finish line and say, hey, I know where I'm going to school. My family's not gonna have to pay for my education. What does that feel like?
I mean, just felt blessed and speechless. It's just like when I got that call, I was like, wow, it's like all this hard work, everything I've done, all those nights where, I was doing steps in my room. I went out to my backyard and reduced steps. It's just like it's all finally paid off. And I know I just have to work harder to get what I want from now.
I get the feeling because you're very mature for your age that you didn't get caught up in, well, geez, that guy's got 14 offers, I'm better than him, and you didn't kind of have throwing shade at people. Tell us what that's like as you were competing against other linemen in the class 21 and watch them get offers, but still being patient and waiting for the right one for you. Tell us a little bit about that.
I mean, I was as mature as I am now. So seeing that, I was like, oh, I deserve that. But then I just thought, I was like, if I deserved it, I would have it. So I just kept working, kept focusing, and I was like, all right, my time's coming. My time's coming. So I just kept working hard.
Yeah, I like it. Hey, finishing up here with a couple of football questions for the both the Judson fans and the UTSA fans. Tell us, as you go into your senior year, what do you consider your strengths, and what are some of the things you're working on as a lineman going into your senior season?
I consider my strength is my size. Not many people can say they're 6'4" and weigh over 300 pounds. I also consider my brain one of my biggest strengths because I'm able to think about all the plays we have. I'm able to help my other linemen. I can pick out the defenses and just see what they can do. And then I know I need to work on my athleticism a little bit more. Just get my feet faster, staying low the whole time.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
absolutely. No, absolutely. I don't know if you know, I'll ask it. Do you know how many linemen, offensive linemen, UTSA is taking in this class?
I know that there's been 5 that I've seen and posted, and I'm one of
Okay.
the 5.
Okay. So I always ask that question because I think a lot of high school players need to understand that, these schools are only looking for a certain number of kids. And sometimes it's not that you're not the best kid, it's that maybe they recruited your position last year and not interested. Tell us about how you came to the decision that UTSA was going to be the best place for you academically and athletically.
After I got the offer, I just kind of thought about it, and I even talked to Cam about it, and we're all like, we could really just go in here. It's hometown, it's right down the road. I mean, Coach Traylor, he's recruited Xavier Spencer last year, and then Rashad and Sincere both before that. So, I know they got love for Judson players. I know it's home, which I'm a family person, so I like being close to family and having that family atmosphere. And then, especially with everything they've done for the Wisdom family, I was like, I should probably just go here. It's probably the best that I got.
Yeah, no, absolutely. What are you, I mean, what's it going to feel like to play basically at home in San Antonio in the Alamo Dome over the next 4 years? I mean, how excited are you that your family's going to be able to see every one of your games coming up here in the next 4 years?
I mean, I'm probably just going to be in awe because all my teachers from elementary school have already came telling me, is like, we're going to all your games. All my friends are like, oh, we're going to be there for you. My grandparents who live 4 hours away come to all my games now. So it's like, I'm just going to be in awe. It's like, wow, all these people really support me, and I'm thankful for it.
Awesome. Hey, we talked about it a little bit before we started the interview, but take this time right now to tell the UTSA fans, what are they getting? What can they expect from you over the next 3 to 4 years as a student athlete?
They can expect me to always have my head on, always be paying attention and taking notes. Never think I'm the best, but always want to be the best. I'm going to work my butt off for the team, for the school, and just do my best to win.
I like it. That's very, very to the point. I like that. Hey, Robert, is there a certain college or NFL offensive lineman that you pattern your game off of, or that you look up to? Who is that player?
I mean, I've always looked up, to Quentin Nelson. Seeing him in the NFL, he's done not Travis Kelce, but the Kelce brothers, the center at least.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing what he do at the center position. Brandon Bullsworth also is just his work ethic. That's just inspired me.
Yeah. Robert, tell these UTSA fans about your competitive spirit. How competitive are you, and what can they expect to see from you as a competitor over the next 3 to 4 years?
I don't like losing at all. Even in middle school, little league, it's like whenever we would lose, I would just feel upset. And I've learned to get over losing now, but it's like I just don't like losing at all. I'll compete, finishing my test first. I compete at my job to see who can make the best pizzas.
I like it.
I just do the best at it.
Yeah. Hey, tell us, what age did you start playing football, and when did you fall in love with playing football?
I started playing flag football whenever my family was in Kentucky when I was in kindergarten. And then I came down here halfway through third grade and started playing Taifa. And then, like, as soon as it hit fifth grade, that's when I really thought, hey, I could actually make a run at this thing, and just started putting in more work for it.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely paid off. Coaches always talk about, there's in football and in life, there's adversity. Tell these UTSA fans about a time in your life when you had to overcome some type of adversity, whether it be personal or dealing with football.
I've had a lot of family members pass away. And so I've just always thought like what they would want me to do my best on the field. So I just always want to play for them and just make sure that I'm doing it for them and making sure I do what they would want me to do.
That's awesome. That's a great response. Hey, as we finish up here, and I really do appreciate your time, we'll finish up with just, what are your goals for UTSA over the next 3 to 4 years? Is it a bowl game? Is it trying to get, a title? What are you and Cameron thinking about bringing in? Because you guys have had so much success at Judson High School. What are your plans for those UTSA fans over the next 3 to 4 years?
I mean, we want to get a conference championship. We want to go to a bowl game every single year. Yeah. And we're just trying to put UTSA on the map for national recruits.
Yeah, well, that's big time right there. Robert, man, I am once again so excited for you and your family. You're a tremendous young man. You're mature. You're the epitome of a student athlete with the great academics and great on the field also. I wish you nothing but the best. I'll see you once again. The one game I always come to you with you guys is the Judson Still game. I'll see you on the sidelines and make sure I say hi. Once again, tell your father thank you for his service. Tell the family I said hi, and if you need anything, reach out to me, okay?
Yes, I will do.
All right, man. Have a great evening.
You too.
Thanks.